I will sell this house today.
I will sell this house today. I will sell this house today.
I will sell this house today.
Shut up! Stop it, you weak, you baby! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
We need to talk about self-help. Have you ever read a self-help book? At least one. If not, God bless your soul. But the rest of us, we weren't so fortunate. Hi, I'm Natasha. I am the Message Mindset Coach and creator of Believe You Deserve course. If you're over 30, you probably have read at least one self-help book. And it probably was not a random one. Perhaps one of those fancy popular editions. You read it, you got inspired, and you started thinking differently for a little while. Then life happened, and you drifted back to the familiar. Sounds familiar. The spark that book gave you, gone. If that is what happened, don't beat yourself up. You may have learned something. You may even have applied it briefly. But did it truly change you? Was the wisdom worth it? You know, most self-help books just repeat the same ideas, dressed up in different metaphors. One part of you says, see, I just needed to try harder. And another one whispers, but I want to change. Why does nothing stick? And deep down, you feel, I've read so much, but I still feel the same. Here's the hard data. Only 19% of self-help books are rated helpful by psychologists. What that means is they are science and evidence-based, practical, and harmless. That levels about 80% of self-help books as lacking those qualities. A 2008 study of 50 top-selling self-help books, around only 48% included techniques backed by research. Just 24 guided readers on tracking progress, and only 34% focused on long-term change rather than temporary feel-good boosts. So about 75% of self-help readers report certain shifts. They tend to be temporary and surface-based. It's not the kind of lifelong deep transformation that you are seeking. Hey, most of self-help don't even say anything new. It's the same old advice packaged under catchy titles and colorful covers. People often consume endlessly as a sort of a safe zone. By consuming information, they avoid that messy, vulnerable work of real change. The danger is to become a perpetual student, trapped in the knowledge consumption, but never integration, information over transformation. But the main element that's missing in most of self-help materials, even the good ones, is something that is extremely important for any knowledge to stick: actionable guidance and structure. Without a plan to implement the new knowledge, that knowledge cannot stick. And I'll go even further. Having a framework alone isn't enough. You always need a path to evaluate how it's working and whether it's working at all. In business, you don't just advertise. You verify which message, creative, channel, and audience generate more qualified response. In software development, no solid product launches without what people actually want and how they want it to work. It's always implement, test, refine, no exceptions. That's precisely why, for example, our Believe You Deserve course includes a 60-day apply, test, refine plan where you can try the techniques that you've learned, implement them in real life, and come back and see if you need any updates to your new way of living. Because knowledge doesn't stick if it's not actively practiced, and it does not transform you if it doesn't touch both your mind and your heart. But what's even more important is the direction, the purpose, the goal. Action without purpose is easy to give up on. Purpose fuels consistency, courage to show up imperfectly. That's the actual gateway to the transformation, not flawless execution. Where are you going with all this change? What's your North Star? The ultimate reward. Change for the sake of change is purposeless. Perfection doesn't exist, and purposeless action will ultimately feel empty. So what's the verdict? Our culture is addicted to consuming wisdom instead of embodying it and experiencing it. We binge books, chase those aha moments, but never spend them. We treat insights like currency, collecting and not spending. All of that is because we want to think and have an impression that we actually do the work without changing anything. And that's all because our survival system doesn't want us to change. It wants us quiet, silent, same. Oh, you want to change? Just read the new book. Let me off the hook while I am craftily keeping you unchanged, untouched, untransformed. While I'm busy keeping you in your old state, protected from everything new, even from living. The self-help phenomenon was not created by the desire of transformation. It was created by a collective survival mentality matrix to give you an illusion of a possibility of a transformation. A dopamine shot that's gonna keep you happy for a while until you get a new book. Transformation comes from application. The reading creates an illusion of a progress, just an anticipation without real change. You can feel busy by learning, but you're gonna still be stuck in the same place. You are moving from one self-help YouTube video, Instagram reel to another, and think you are contributing to your growth. Well, in fact, you're still a slave to the matrix where everything always stays the same. The truth, most self-help books shouldn't even exist. They should be self-help cards. One message, one wisdom, one action to take. What actually works are action books, action frameworks, step-by-step guides that don't just inspire the thought, but actually drive change. If you only implemented one thing from every single self-help book you've read or an inspirational video you've watched, you would have been a completely transformed individual within a course of 1 year. Unrecognizable. Here's your permission. If you've read all those books and you still feel stuck, you are not broken. The system is not designed to help you transform. The system is designed to intentionally keep you in a loop of a mindset, of an action. You are just missing a system that turns wisdom into true rewiring. So next time you pick up a book, ask, how will I apply this? How will I track the progress? What will I do if it doesn't work as intended? And how can I make it real and personal to my life? Don't just use your highlighter or side notes. Turn them at least into one action you can commit to. Make it a part of your everyday life. Break goals into tiny steps so the brain can reward taking action, not just consuming ideas. This is what actually rewires the brain towards a change. Real change happens when you feel it, practice it, and live it. Not just understand it in your mind, but let it take over your whole being. Let me know if you've read a self-help book that actually made you take action. I really want to know. Let's have a conversation. And remember, you're not alone. And you started. Did you miss me? Yes, you did.